The AliExpress 11/11 sale is almost here, so it's time to get a shift on. Here are my top picks across different styles that might just end up in my cart this weekend. I'd love to hear what you guys are looking at, so please let me know in the comments section and I'll check them out. First, proud dad moment. With Christmas coming up, my 11-year-old son has asked for his first real watch like mine. He's settled on a vintage military or field watch style, which is awesome. But then came the real challenge. Finding something that fits his tiny wrist while still nailing that classic look he's after. Here's hoping AliExpress has the thing to make his Christmas wish come true. The Baltany D12, which looks to be a charming tribute to the classic British military Dirty Dozen watches. This one seems to have the perfect balance of vintage and wearability. A 36mm case, 12mm thick, and a 43.2mm lug-to-lug. The 18mm leather strap looks a nice touch, but I think adds to the whole look. Inside is housing the Seiko VD78 quartz movement with small second subdial, which is a stunning little detail in my opinion. And I won't be turning my nose up at quartz, especially on the wrist of an 11-year-old. In fact, I'd say quartz is a bonus in this scenario. The case is bead-blasted stainless steel, giving it that rugged, no-nonsense vibe. With 100 metres of water resistance and a double-domed sapphire crystal, it seems durable and stylish. The dial has easy-to-read Arabic numerals coated in BGW9, a simple minute track that is broken up by the hour markers filled with C1 superluminova, and pencil hands with the minute hand actually hitting the minute track. A small touch, but hey, it's the small touches that I love. And at less than $80 before any coupons are added, from a brand that is proven to be one of the best on AliExpress, it looks an absolute bargain. Next up we have the Merkur dual crown world timer, sized at 38mm in diameter with a compact 46.5mm lug-to-lug. On paper, it appears to be versatile and wearable for many wrists. With a 20mm lug width, opens up an abundance of strap options. The included leather strap complements the brushed 316L stainless steel case for a cohesive look. Under the hood, the watch features a Chinese hand wound movement beating at 21,600 vibrations per hour, which appears to be based on the long-standing Tongji design. Known for its reliability, this movement has a proven history, offering consistency and durability if somewhat agricultural. The dial options are plentiful, with choices available to suit many tastes. However, the grey and black world design stands out as my top choice. It presents world time information in a readable and understandable manner, avoiding the clutter often found on global themed watches. At roughly $160 before discounts, it's not the most affordable option on AliExpress, but the unique world time feature and distinct design make this Merkur stand out as a potential statement piece. Milifortic is a newish brand on AliExpress, but reportedly under the Baltany umbrella, which already hints at high quality and solid finishing. The Military Solar Chronograph immediately stands out as a clean, classy take on the chronograph style. Too many chronographs start out attractive, then lose appeal with excess detail, but this one stays true to its classic Flieger design with modern features, and it's held my attention so far. The dimensions hit the sweet spot. 39mm in diameter, a slim 10.8mm thick, 47mm lug-to-lug, and a versatile 20mm lug width, hinting at it being comfortable and well balanced on the wrist. Its 316L stainless steel case, paired with a sapphire crystal, promises durability, and while it's rated at 100 metres water resistance, the non-screw-down crown makes me take that with a pinch of salt. It's coated in C3 on the hands and numerals, which looks decent, though I'll reserve judgment until I see it in the metal. But it's the movement that sets this chronograph apart. Inside is the Epson VS75, a solar-powered engine that's more unique than the Seiko VK60 Mecha Quartz series. With a semi-sweeping chrono hand, you'll be fooled into thinking this was a Mecha Quartz. And a 6-month power reserve on full charge, it's got practicality to match its style. Priced at just $130, it's on the higher end for a quartz chronograph on AliExpress. But with assumed Baltany quality finishing and a reliable solar-powered movement, this Milifortic is a serious contender for a budget-friendly, high-quality timepiece. The Hruodland Retro Skin Diver is a tribute to the classic 1960s Omega Seamaster 300, capturing that vintage allure with some modern updates we now expect. The brown dial is particularly stunning, adding a rich, warm tone that truly looks like a vintage tropic dial. This detail alone has made it really stand out to me. It's got a 48mm lug-to-lug, 20mm lug width and a slimish 12.5mm thickness, plus the durable sapphire crystal and 200 metres water resistance. This watch comes on a brown suede strap, which adds a stylish touch, and I'm personally thrilled since I don't have any suede straps yet. Powering this model is the reliable Seiko NH35 movement, which we've all come to know and respect. And let's talk about lume. It seems to be generously applied to the dial, hands and bezel, giving the watch a great glow, at least in the press shots. Now, the name Hruodland may sound unusual, but with it subtly woven into the anchor on the logo, it appears to work for it. All this for around $130. If the quality holds up, this could be a fantastic addition to any collection. Anyone who's watched my channel will know I'm a big JLC fanboy, so when Bernie released a Polaris homage, it naturally piqued my interest. But after some thought, I decided my first experience with one of my grails needs to be the actual Polaris. Now, the Bernie AM439MS, a different compressor style watch with its own flair, has caught my eye. In black with orange accents, it's got a fun, adventurous look that's hard to ignore. It's big, bold, and with a case size of 42mm and a lug-to-lug of 48mm, giving it the wrist presence a compressor watch really needs. That shrunken dial though, thanks to the internal dive bezel, is a bit of a negative, but this is something you have to put up with if you fancy pretty much any compressor. I'd go for the rubber strap here. It just looks better proportioned and suits the sporty vibe of the design more than the steel bracelet. And while the Miyota 8125 movement is nothing to write home about, at around $90 it should be a reliable budget-friendly option that gets the job done. With strong lume to back it up, the AM439MS could be a great companion for all sorts of adventures. If you're a fan of the Radiomir California, but can't justify splurging the price of a nearly new family hatchback, there's a budget-friendly lookalike, the Steel Flyer or Steel Dive SF760. For about the cost of a family night out at the movies, you get all the classic Radiomir vibes, but in a 42mm polished stainless steel cushion case that should be far more wearable than the hefty 45mm original. It has a sapphire crystal and a nice 46mm lug-to-lug span, suggesting a comfortable fit for most wrists. The sandwich dial with California-style numerals is textured, and I would expect it to be loaded with lume. Plus, you've got a screw-down crown and case back for 200 metres water resistance, keeping that workhorse Seiko NH35 movement safe. The brown leather strap looks decent for a budget watch, but with a similar 24mm lug width to the Radiomir, this should be a strap monster. And at just $95 before coupons, it's a whopping $9,900 less than the Panerai. What's not to love about that? Homages to the Nautilus and Royal Oak are everywhere, but the other two icons of integrated bracelet sports watches, the Overseas and the Lorietto, are often overlooked. Now, the latter finally gets the copy and paste treatment with Bettimer's take. Let's address an elephant in the room. Bettimer may be one of the worst brand names imaginable, but put that aside, and on paper, this watch has some decent specs, taking a page straight out of GP's playbook. We're looking at a 41mm diameter with interesting horizontal brushing on the stainless steel case and a 48mm lug-to-lug which suggests a balanced wrist presence. The bracelet looks sleek, and while it has a butterfly clasp, it works with this watch's style. Under the sapphire crystal, you'll find a classic waffle dial with clean markers and loomed hands, though the lume performance is lightly basic. The white/silver dial option feels especially sharp and versatile. Inside it's powered by the PT5000, going at a rate of 28,800 vibrations per hour. This bumps the price up to $205, decent for what it offers, but here's hoping Bettimer experiments with colours, perhaps a British racing green PVD finish in homage to the Lorietto's Aston Martin limited edition. For now, it's a tempting, affordable taste of the Lorietto look. The Tandorio retro-inspired military field watch is an intriguing mix that keeps you guessing. Is it a field watch, a vintage diver homage, or even a pilot's watch with its oversized onion crown? And which era is it actually drawing from? With a modern handset in a vintage cushion case, it's tough to pin down, and this should point to an absolute disaster of a watch, but somehow I think it works. The specs are compact yet functional. A 36mm case diameter, a petite 43mm lug-to-lug, perfect for an 11-year-old's wrist, and a thickness of 13mm. The brushed stainless steel cushion case is unassuming but suits the style perfectly. It features a sapphire crystal and a screw-down crown, rated at 200 metres water resistance, although with the caveat that other reviewers have put this to the test with, shall we say, less than ideal results. The sunburst style is eye-catching and available in blue, green or red. I take a chance on the red, though the blue or green will probably be solid options for my son. The orange minute hand adds an unexpected but satisfying pop of colour, and the Rolex-inspired indices keep it simple yet effective. At $39, even if it performs only half as well as promised, it's surely a steal. The Merkur WM194 is an unexpected homage to an even more unexpected choice. The Zenith Defy Revival. I never thought I'd see a homage to this model, but here we are. Let's start with the specs. It measures 42mm in diameter, with a 48mm lug-to-lug and a thickness of 12.3mm. The stainless steel case includes a boxed sapphire crystal and a screw-down crown and case back, and a reliable 200 metres water resistance to protect the well-known NH35 movement. But it's the styling that truly grabs attention. The pops of orange, deep black, sharp case chiselling, and intricate finishing details are all spot on for making a visual impact. And thankfully, the dial simply says WM, sparing us the full brand name, Merkur, which sounds like something someone from Hull would mutter after stepping in cow manure on a wet country walk. At $129 before coupons, it's an interesting, though borrowed design that's already found a place in my cart. I never thought I'd be swooning over a two-tone watch, but something shifted in January. I turned 40 and received a 1984 Rado Purple Horse in steel and gold, my birth year watch, and I'm hooked. Yes, I know I sound like a 12-year-old boy, and yes, I still get ID'd for glue at B&Q, but that's a story for another time. So when Baltany released this copy of a little-known watch from a little-known brand called Rolex, I was immediately intrigued. It's 36mm with a 43.5mm lug-to-lug and a slim 11.8mm thickness. On paper, that sounds like the perfect fit, and with an oyster-style case, I'm betting it delivers in real life too. The dial looks a showstopper. Baltany has introduced a bold new B emblem and some intricate engraving on the rehaut. A subtle but meaningful detail. And that burgundy colour, it looks absolutely stellar. At $212, it's not exactly cheap, but Baltany's track record for quality and finishing makes it feel like it should be solid value for what's on offer. If I had to pick, I'd go for the all stainless steel version with the silver dial. Yes, I know what I said, but I've already got a two-tone piece in this style after all. This C-stern is unmistakably a rip-off of the Nomos Tangente 38, with near identical elements from the case to the dial. When they originally stamped original on the dial under the C-stern logo, it felt a bit cheeky, almost insulting. Thankfully, they took the feedback on board, ditching the original text for a more honest, if unnecessary, automatic label. It doesn't add much, but at least it isn't misleading. With that aside, the watch itself actually offers quite a lot of value for money. You get a polished 38mm stainless steel case, a 47mm lug-to-lug and a sleek 9.5mm thickness that I assume is very shirt cuff friendly. A sapphire crystal up front and 50 metres of water resistance round off the specs. Just about acceptable for a dressy piece. Inside, it's powered by the Seiko ST1701, a solid Chinese movement with a nice small second subdial at 6 o'clock, which is a great touch. Colour-wise, C-Stern offers some variety, but I'm partial to the dark and light blue versions. The dark blue looks sharp on a matching leather strap, while the light blue is paired with a grey suede strap and is a bit more unique. With 20mm lug width, strap swapping is easy, giving you plenty of versatility. And the price? Just $53 before coupons. For that, I say yes please. Here's another one I'm eyeing for my son. Some reviewers are calling this Bernie a Seiko 5 killer, and looking at the specs, it's a solid contender. The case measures 37mm in diameter, with a slim 9mm thickness, and the part that really grabbed my attention, a compact 43mm lug-to-lug. The case is matte finished titanium, giving it a simple yet charming look. And since it's titanium, it's lighter than 73 grams of lead. Though perhaps not quite as light as 73 grams of feathers, because, well, physics. The dial has that classic Seiko 5 field watch vibe, complete with lume, though the jury's out on its brightness. Bernie offers it in a variety of colours, from black to desert tan, green and blue. My favourite is the desert version on a matching NATO strap, though my son may have his own ideas. Powering it is the Seiko VH31 Merkur quartz movement, so you get quartz accuracy with the bonus of a smooth sweeping seconds hand. All in all, you're getting a titanium case, sapphire crystal, 50 metres of water resistance and a solid quartz movement for only $80 on the bracelet or just over $60 on the NATO strap. That's a lot of watch for little cash. This is my top pick for my son, though whether it's his pick remains to be seen. The watch dive's 50 fathoms is a fresh and bold homage to the vintage Blancpain, and personally, it's one of the coolest new finds on AliExpress. First up, the specs. It has a 14mm case diameter, 48mm lug-to-lug, and a 14mm thickness, which should make it very wearable for a diver. Not just a looker, it's also practical, with an impressive 300 metres water resistance, powered by the reliable Seiko NH35 movement, plus you get an 120 quick bezel and a screw-down crown and case back. But honestly, this watch is all about the aesthetics. The sandblasted titanium case is eye-catching, and the dial options offer something for everyone. My pick, the minimalist black dial with lume-filmed bezel and white markers, understated yet bold. And the price? Started at just $80 for the mineral glass model, or $110 for sapphire. It seems like an absolute steal, especially since it's crafted in the San Martin factory, known for quality. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.